Hi, welcome to this video. In the video, I'll walk you through different ways to create project blocks in TerraScan using several different methods depending on your project needs. A project in TerraScan helps organize the work with huge point clouds and to automate processing tasks. Blocks divide the whole point cloud dataset into smaller pieces. In today's video, I'll cover how to create blocks for polygon, by shape, using files, along centerline, along tower string, and along trajectories. I'll also share some useful tips, such as how to merge blocks or edit the block label styles. Okay, let's start. The first method is creating blocks by polygon. For this, I'm using a small aerial dataset. For polygon is useful when you already have a closed polygon that defines the exact boundary of your block. As you can see, I already have that. If you don't, a rough border also works. We need to make sure that we have our project ready and set up. I also have the points ready just to visualize where the area is or where the points are. Then we select the border, press block in the project window, choose create for polygon. Choose the size of your blocks as well as what kind of blocks you want, and blocks that cover the whole polygon area will be created. For example, blocks can be created along the x-axis like this, or they can be rectangular. If you want to remake the blocks, just press undo in the CAD file. Furthermore, the blocks can be completely regular or they can be cropped to minimize empty space, like this. I will now undo and make full-sized rectangular blocks. This method works especially well for parcel layouts, boundary zones, and predefined construction areas. Now that we've drawn our blocks into the design file, we will add them into the project. To do this, select only the newly drawn blocks, then in the project window, choose blocks and add by boundary. We can choose how the numbering will work, and then when we click OK, we can see the blocks in the project window. We can also see that there are no files or points in the blocks yet. For that, we have to import the points to the project. Do this by selecting File, Import Points into Project, then choose your file or files. Make sure all settings are correct and then import the files. Now we can close the old points that were read in, and then we can visualize the blocks one by one by choosing Open Block. This opens only one block, and you can edit that block or inspect it. And then if you don't save it when you close the block, no changes will be made to the project file. The blocks work fine as is, but as you can see, some blocks contain very few points. If you don't want that, blocks with few points can be merged into larger ones. This is done in the project window via Tools, Merge Small Blocks. Here we can choose to merge either by block area or by point cloud. We could see that the small blocks all have less than 1 million points in them, so I will set this as my minimum requirement. I'll press OK, and 4 blocks have been merged into larger ones. The edited blocks can be drawn into the design file by block, draw into design. You can choose to draw the block names or not with the boundaries. Make sure you have the correct layer active when doing this. Here it would also be important to save the project if you were continuing working on from here. If you don't like large empty areas around the boundary of the point cloud, we can still crop the blocks by polygon. To do this, select the boundary of the area, select blocks, clip boundary, and specify to keep the inside of the blocks. The results are the cropped blocks. We can again draw this into the design file on a different level. To delete the blocks, select all blocks and delete definition. You can save the project, and also for these purposes, I'm going to delete all the files in the project folder so I can start from a clean slate. The next method is to create blocks by shape. This is a way to create completely customizable blocks. First, I'll read in the points every 10th point of the point clouds, just to visualize to see where the points are. Then I'll create the boundaries of the box by placing lines on top of the boundary of the area, point cloud area. Once the shapes are drawn, use the design block boundaries function and find the correct layers for the drawn shapes and where the blocks should be drawn. I read only every 10th point, so I will write that in the box, and I want my blocks to contain at least 1 million points. If the created blocks follow the set rules, the labels will be green, as can be seen here. Now, if we switch off the first layer, we can see the created blocks and the labels in layer 3 and 4. From here, we can again draw the blocks into the project file and then import the blocks. It works exactly the same as before. If your LiDAR files are already saved in blocks, you can create project blocks by the files. Do this by going to Block, Add Using Files, then choose your files and add them to the project. This method is ideal when block definitions already exist in external files. And with this method, as you can see, the names of the blocks will match the file names. Now again, you can add the blocks into the design file by choosing Draw Boundaries. Here, if you choose to draw the labels, it might be that they are a wrong size for you. This can be edited by undoing and going to text styles and changing the height and width of the text. In this case, and then you redraw the design. In this case, I'm happy with it, and then I can go on and investigate my blocks. Another method is to create blocks while importing the points. For this, you have to make sure the project settings regarding the block creation are what you want. So edit project settings and then check default block values if you want, for example, rounded or sharp corners and the size of the blocks. Accept the changes or accept the settings and then choose import points into file. Choose which files to import, check your settings and import. You have to choose create grid blocks. Now you can see that the files have been imported and added to blocks. To see the blocks, choose show location or draw into the design file. Here you can open a block. We can again see that there are some blocks with very small amount of points. So we can again merge small blocks. Or if you want, you can choose which blocks to merge specifically. To do that, select the blocks to merge in the project window and under block, choose merge blocks. This will merge the blocks into one. Once this is done, you might want to draw the blocks into the design once again. Now let's look at some different kind of data. Here we have a railway for which creating blocks along the trajectory might work well. So we see the trajectories here, and we can see that they are running in the middle of the point clouds, so they will probably work well. For this to work, we have to check that the project contains trajectory information, and it does. So then we can choose block, create along trajectories. Here we choose the block length and the block width. Press OK, and the blocks will be created along the whole trajectory line. We can again add them to the project file by add by boundaries, and by only selecting the blocks closest to the point clouds, we only create the necessary, we ignore the unnecessary blocks. Then we import the points, and when importing the points, it's important to press delete empty blocks. This will delete all the blocks that do not contain any blocks and are also unnecessary. Once this is done, we can again draw these blocks into the design file. If we find that some block contain only a small amount of points, we can use what we did before and merge small blocks into larger ones. Common for power lines or corridor project is to use by power string. For this, you need an element representing the tower string. This can be made, for example, from points at each tower. When you have the tower string, choose the element and then create blocks along tower string and then choose the parameters that you want. And this will automatically create the points. And then just do as before. Finally, let's look at creating blocks along centerline. This works well for mobile mapping projects. And for this video, we have data from a road. We have the trajectories and the road centerline as design elements. We'll choose the centerline and then blocks along centerline. Choose the block length and width and other parameters. Here I chose a width that is slightly smaller than the width of the point clouds. Then add the blocks by boundaries to the project and import points into the blocks or into the project. When importing the points, first choose your files, then make sure to pick ignore outside blocks. You can also choose delete empty blocks. This will make sure to not include any points in the project that are outside of the block boundaries. Once the points are imported, you can draw the shapes back into the design since they might have changed. And also, if you would like to make some blocks with large empty spaces smaller, you can draw a polygon around the points and use, as before, the clip by boundaries. Once you're happy with your blocks, you're done and you can go on and continue with your project. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.